Hi everyone, welcome back. What an incredible knowledge-filled series we are having so far, right? We have learned about the mystery city named Shambhala, which is nothing but the evil spiritual world. We have learned about the evil power that can come out of it, such as the real energy that can make man invincible, literally, so that nothing will be impossible to him. And in the last video, we have learned things about Satan on how he could even think of defeating God and establish himself as supreme. We have also seen how Hinduism is the oldest religion in the kingdom of Satan and how Hinduism helps Satan to advance his evil kingdom on earth. Why? Hinduism actually fuels the sin nature in human beings so that they can become more sinful, that is, grow more distant to God, their creator. Some people might say that my claims are baseless. So from this video, I will prove that whatever I explained so far has scriptural evidence. So let us examine from the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and 18. This is the fifth vision of John about the future time of the Great Tribulation, where Satan will be given unrestrained powers to deceive and create havoc in this world. Right after this period, the second coming of Christ will happen, and that will be the end of the current world order, and we, the true believers, will go into eternity. Alright, having said that, how is Hinduism linked to this is the question, right? It is not just Hinduism. The rest of the unbelieving world will be living in euphoria, thinking that their savior, also known as Kalki, Ahura Mazda, Mahdi, and Maitreya, have taken over the world and ruling the world. That is when the second coming will take place. Jesus prophesied this in Matthew chapter 24, verses 37 through 39. Let's look at those verses now. For as were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day when Noah entered the ark. And they were unaware until the flood came and swept all away. So will be the coming of the Son of Man. As I said, by that time, Satan might have been thinking that he is very close to fulfill his ultimate ambition. By now, he has successfully deceived all the nations, united them into one people, created one world order, and united all the religions to believe in the principles of ancient Hinduism, which are to make people believe that they are free to do whatever their hearts desire, no authority over them, and that they can worship whoever they want to, including self. This religion, as I said, will fuel the sin nature of human beings. The world will be in a false sense of sinful euphoria, where there will be sexual immorality, like people having multiple partners, men with men, women with women, and even with animals. There will be enormous wealth for those who are loyal to the Antichrist, luxurious living, drunkenness, orgies, and whatnot. You may ask, what has Hinduism to do with all these, right? Remember that Hinduism is a godless religion. Their God is the universe and themselves. This is where the whole world is heading towards, where they desire freedom in worshipping their favorite gods and goddesses, including worship of self, and in whichever way they feel convenient and comfortable. But let us study Revelation chapter 17, verses 1 through 6 to understand and support all this with strong evidence. Then one of the angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute who is seated on many waters." Here, the great prostitute represents all the false religious systems that seduce nations, the root of which is the Hindu religion. We will come back to that in a bit. Let's go on and read from verse 2. "With whom the kings of the earth have committed sexual immorality, and with the wine of whose sexual immorality the dwellers on earth have become drunk." Verse 3. "And he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was full of blasphemous names, and it had 7 heads and 10 horns." Verse 4. "The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and jewels and pearls. holding in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the impurities of her sexual immorality. Verse 5. And on her forehead was written a name of mystery, Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes and of earth's abominations. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunk with blood of the saints, the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Here, Babylon the Great represents the collective systems, ideologies, and false religions throughout history that stand against God, culminating in their ultimate judgment at Christ's return. So when we see all this in the context of Hinduism and its mystical teachings, there are so many parallels that can be drawn to the concept of Shambhala, which we discussed earlier. So in my perspective, Babylon and Shambhala are part of the same evil spiritual kingdom of Satan. In fact, Hinduism, with its mysticism and promises of spiritual power, can actually be viewed as one of the many systems under Babylon's broader umbrella. The idea of Shambhala, a utopian spiritual city, aligns perfectly well with Babylon's deceptive appeal, promising enlightenment and divine-like power apart from God. Verse 4 talks about the woman who is adorned in luxury, holding a golden cup full of abominations. The Hindu mysticism, particularly its emphasis on achieving divine status, material desires, and spiritual enlightenment, mirrors exactly this same deceptive abundance. Shambhala truly represents the ultimate goal of this deception, which is a counterfeit paradise leading people further away from God. And in verse 5, it says that the mystery Babylon the Great is the mother of all prostitutes and abominations of the earth. The Hinduism's claim that all paths lead to God and its mystical practices align perfectly with Babylon's universalist deception. Remember, Hinduism teaches universalism with the concept of karma. The link to the Hinduism series is in the description. Universalism is a belief that all humankind will eventually be saved no matter what. And now Shambhala, as the spiritual destination for all people of the world, confirms the unification of all false religious goals under Satan's evil counterfeit kingdom. And lastly, in verse 6, as it says that the woman is drunk with the blood of the saints and martyrs, signifies the persecution of true believers by these systems. Hinduism historically has not only opposed exclusive claims to Christ, but in some contexts has fueled hostility toward Christian missionaries and biblical doctrines, is it not? I'm not even sure how much hate I'm going to receive for making these videos, to be frank, but I do it anyway. So the false spirituality leading to Shambhala is inherently antichrist in nature, and that is truly reflecting. And it is 100% accurate with the Bible's description of Babylon and Antichrist. Alright, I hope you're blessed by what you learned in this video. I have more videos coming where I will explain how all this will be culminated, what will be the events leading to it, and how will the world embrace Hinduism and its principles before the second coming of Christ. So guys, stay informed, be aware of the deception, and always be alert. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.